We're going to get started with some feel-good movies with Terry Hart. My girl, Terry. Oh my gosh, and you brought the yellow, you brought the dopamine. I love it. Now tell me, Terry, was this a hard assignment for you?
Well, I often say, Trace, that hashtag movies matter, and they matter because they can change the way you feel. And so these next 5 movies are all movies that inspire in different ways. I really thought long and hard about them because I love movies so much.
Yes.
But I'm really confident that these 5 are going to tap into whatever somebody needs to just tick it up a notch.
I love that. And it's an easy way to get that dopamine hit. Okay, so let's get to the first film on your list. What have you got?
Bend It Like Beckham.
Yes!
Yes, Bend It Like Beckham is about 2 friends. Yes!
Yeah. It's a good one.
It's a good one. It really is. Like I said, I wanted to find movies that inspire in different ways. So Bend It Like Beckham reminds us to live the life that we want to live, not the life that we're supposed to live.
I love that.
And so it's about 2 young girls who love soccer, football. I know it's football, but you know, Keira Knightley's mom doesn't really want her to play football. She wants her to be more girly. And then Parminder Nagra's mom and dad are strict Indian parents who are having no part of it. And they find a way. And they find a way to still love their parents while doing it. Great movie. Bend It Like Beckham reminds you to live the life you want, not the life you're supposed to.
That's right. A good lesson for the kids.
Yeah.
Not my kids. My kids, you listen to me. But all the other kids out there, yes, do what you want to do.
Yeah.
Okay, the next one on your list that might make us feel happy?
Well, this one is going to make you believe in true love.
Okay.
The Princess Bride.
Yay! Always.
Yeah.
It's never gonna get old.
Never. Of course, you're going to be rooting for Buttercup and Wesley. I don't know why they named her Buttercup. It sounds like a horse.
It really does.
But whatever. I mean, whatever. It's part of the charm of the movie.
Yeah.
The 3 words, as you wish, will be different every time. And of course, the base storyline of a grandpa reading this fairy tale to his son who thinks he wants explosions and fights and doesn't want any icky kissing, and then he kind of warms up to that icky kissing. And a great reminder that there is nothing like true love.
There is nothing like true love. I lean into contemporary romance when we're in times like this, because I want to be reminded that there is love, right? We can all fall in love. Okay, your next film, and any film I might add about doggies, as long as they're not dying.
No.
Oh, I can't watch those.
This one
is good.
It's good. It's great. It's hilarious. I'm saying this is guaranteed to change your mood.
Okay.
Best in Show.
Oh,
it's a mockumentary. Christopher Guest, dare I say, Eugene Levy and Catherine O'Hara have never been funnier.
Ooh.
I said what I said.
That's high praise.
They are hilarious in this. It's about a group of people who are on their way to a dog show, to compete in a dog show. And as I said, it's a mockumentary. It is. I watched this movie because I substituted it for another movie that frankly didn't age very well, which happens sometimes.
It's a lot of those.
And my husband came upstairs. He was really busy. Came upstairs just to like hop in. Couldn't leave. Once you start watching it, you're hilarious. I sent a quote from the movie to the group text with girlfriends, and that started a litany of quotes from the movie. It's that movie that stays with you, and you will laugh your heads off. Christopher Guest makes these amazing mockumentaries. Spinal Tap, this one, Best in Show, and a nice doubleheader would also be A Mighty Wind.
Oh, nice. You know, but brilliantly done. Like mockumentaries, you have to nail that brand so specifically in order to make them funny.
Totally, and you really have to depend on your actors. And when you have actors that are as good as I mentioned, Eugene Levy, Catherine O'Hara, Bob Balaban, there are so many of them. And Christopher Guest goes back to these people. They make these movies together, and they're all just spectacular.
And that's why they always work.
And the doggies are cute.
And the doggies are cute.
Yeah. Parker Posey is also part of this group. I'm telling you, her performance in Best of Show should have had an Oscar. We got to start nominating comedic performances.
Yes, absolutely, because you have to have a big brain to be funny.
Totally.
You really do. Like comedians are smart people often. Let's talk food. I always want to talk about food, but let's talk about a movie that has food in it.
Yes, so this one, it's called Chef.
Okay.
Jon Favreau wrote and directed and stars in it. And this one inspires us to remember our passion. Okay. Sometimes we'll be going along in life and we'll be like, hey, wait a minute, how did I end up here?
Right.
And Jon Favreau's character is a chef who is in a really high-end kind of hoity-toity restaurant, and he gets a bad review, freaks out, it goes viral. This is kind of the beginning of Twitter when this movie came out.
Yeah.
And he goes back to basics and gets a food truck and remembers why he fell in love with food. He reconnects with his son. There's all kinds of heartwarming moments. Sofia Vergara plays his ex-wife. She's delightful in it. And it just reminds us to keep in touch with why we started what we started.
Yeah.
And remember that passion of what got us to where we are. Let's not forget that passion.
Oh, I love that.
Chef Jon Favreau.
So good. Okay, the next film, you say people might think is a Christmas classic, but this is an all-year-round classic when you want to laugh.
Yeah, I know we're in January, and you might be going, Terry Hart, do you know what month it is? I do know what month it is, but I'm ripping the Band-Aid off and saying, stop classifying certain movies that you can only watch at certain times.
Yeah.
Elf is a 12-month-a-year movie.
It just is.
It just is. And this one, for me, reminds us to not lose the child in ourselves.
Right.
There is nothing like Will Ferrell yelling, Santa! You know, with that excitement that I honestly do not think that anybody else could have played this role other than Will Ferrell.
Yeah.
Because he commits like nobody else commits. When they're doing the Claus-o-meter about believing in Santa Claus and they all start singing, Santa Claus is coming. I'm telling you, I teared up.
Aww.
There is really, really a wonderful spirit to this movie.
Right.
I actually interviewed them all. This movie came out in 2003.
Yeah.
So I interviewed them all 20 years ago.
Okay.
And I remember watching it and walking out and saying, this is going to be a Christmas classic.
You were right.
And now I'm saying it's a year-round classic.
That's right. You can watch it in July if you want.
That's right.
You need to get the happy going, so don't give yourself limitations on what you can watch when.
Absolutely not.
Okay, the feel-good movie of the year, you're calling it? Or maybe it's the Think Deep movie of the year? It depends on who you ask.
Well, it's an interesting point that you bring up because this is a movie that does that rare thing, which is both. And of course, Barbie.
Yes.
It is.
Yes.
I'm telling you.
Absolutely.
Yeah. It is a movie that you can watch as just like the spectacular confection and the artistry and the production design that it is, the ridiculousness of Ryan Gosling playing Ken and saying his job is beach. More beach jobs, please. That montage of all the Kens singing Push, which gets me every time. Or you can watch it as a commentator, as a commentation, as commentary. Thank you.
Yeah.
On society.
That's right.
And
a deconstruction of what women go through on the daily. So it's both. It's layered, which makes it even more brilliant.
Totally. And it also means that it really makes you feel good because not only are you having a good time watching it, but you might actually be thinking about a few things too. That always makes me feel good.
Me too.
Yeah.
Yes, I do know that about you. You like depth.
I do.
She does. And humor. Thank you so much, Terry Hart.